So I've been giving our Gladiator a thorough once over because we have been hammering on it ever since we got these trailing arms on. And today, I just happened to notice this. Here, let me put a light on it. There, that helps. You can see there's just this fine crack. It's not leaking or anything, and it is just on the webbing, about up to here, maybe ½ inch long at most. That is a problem. I definitely think if we don't get that thing fixed, it's gonna grow. My bigger concern is that this is a cast housing, and welding that is going to be tough. But I think I might know a guy. I have to make a call or two and see what can be done. Hopefully we can get that fixed. Maybe even look into the possibility of adding a truss. But certainly we're not in any danger of breaking anything yet, but definitely needs to be taken care of. So that guy I was telling that I might know is here. He's cleaning up. Hey. Good morning to you. Everybody, this is Jeremy, our good friend Jeremy from Disciple Off-Road. He's the guy who's gonna be able to help us out. Can you take us around?
Yeah, let's go check it out. Sorry, caught me in the middle of cleaning stuff up real quick.
Oh, that's all right. I'm sorry, we didn't mean to come too early.
Oh, no, you're fine. You're totally fine. Now this is our main shop area. So, shock station, kind of rebuild the shocks here, gears, and just kind of have our 2 basic lifts. Of course, stuff we can work on the ground here. You don't have to have a lift for everything. So,
all the space out here for you too?
Yeah. So there's still going to be pouring concrete outside and on the other side of this. So
very cool. Yeah. Did you guys epoxy the floor yourself?
We did. We did. Yeah. So I don't know if you saw before the state of this place. It was pretty rough. It was really rough. So. Like I said, the weather's been kind of limiting me, but we're going to paint some out on the outside a little bit. Sure. Yeah, it's coming along little by little. So we're still doing the kitchen area. It doesn't sink anything, but we're still going to epoxy the tabletop. But gives us a little space for customers to come in. And
so what is it that you mainly specialize in? For Jeeps, anything, trucks, Toyotas, what?
A little bit of everything. We do specialize. I think we get more of the Jeep community coming in. So, sure. But we will do like a standard Toyota or any kind of truck stuff. So. Sure. Could definitely do it, but we do specialize in Jeep stuff, especially gearing and shock rebuilding. It seems like it's kind of our bread and butter, I think. So
okay, cool.
Yeah, so
like suspension installs as well too, and
yeah, suspension. Obviously, your straight bolt-on kits, and then we also do your custom stuff. Your long arm kits where we're cutting and welding all new brackets and redoing some custom stuff. So no, not just bolt-on kits.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
So what do we need to do?
So Chad, I'm gonna go talk to him real quick. He was gonna try to get something for us real quick.
Sure.
Oh, okay. Okay, so it is pretty close to the.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's definitely going that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, we might drain the oil on it just to be safe.
Sure.
Just because of the heat and stuff. So.
We've been trying to be easy on it ever since I noticed it.
Yeah.
But what do? If it can't be fixed, then obviously I have to replace it. But if it can be fixed, right? If it can be fixed, I'm gonna try.
Well, it's worth a shot. We can at least try it and he's gonna do his thing and drill it out, cut it out, and fill it in. So it looks like you caught it before it went too deep in the pumpkin, so we should be fine. fingers crossed.
So what's your best guess? What do you think caused it?
I think just big suspension going fast on the whoops, and you know you're getting to the point of almost trophy truck status. So faster you go, it's gonna feel good inside the Jeep, but everything else is taking the beating. So you play hard, you break stuff. No product is bulletproof, so stuff happens. So luckily you caught it when you did, though, and it's not, you know, into the housing or diff itself. So
got super lucky.
Very lucky. So.
Taking care of this here. We have a little bit of a cast issue. So just right here on this wing, we just have a slight little crack here. So what we'll do today is we're gonna drill on this side so we can stop the fracture, and we'll also drill on the back side as well too. Then afterwards we'll come through and bevel, and then we'll actually clean all the contaminants on the outside and try to get the inside as clean as possible, and then we'll run a few beads. And that should solve our issue here.
The good news is it looks like we were able to get all the way to the bottom of the cracker where it was, how far it was going in. So it was almost getting into the pumpkin or in the dip itself, but it looks like we got all the way in deep enough to be able to fully fill it in, and we hopefully stop that crack. So no, you definitely caught that at a good time. I think a good couple more whoops or beating on it probably
would be stuck out there in the desert.
Yeah, so.
Get as much of the contaminants out of the way as possible. That's the biggest thing when it comes to welding cast.
Contaminants in terms of like grease and oil, or just like it's metal?
Grease, oil, any type of coating that's actually on the cast. You want to get most of that out, because once you actually put heat into the material, then it's going to sweat back out, and then that's when it's actually going to pull into the bead of the weld, and then that's when you're going to get a lot of bubbles or you know, not the best looking weld, and definitely not the strongest. And we'll let this oil drain, and then we'll put the plug back in, and then I'll heat treat it, and then once everything sweats out of the material, I'll go back, wipe it down with acetone, and then we'll do one more heat treat. Then once it gets in between 250 to 400 degrees, and that's when we'll actually go in and do the weld.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool that he's explaining everything to us.
Let that sweat out, and then I'll clean it up with acetone, and then we may have to lower it down, and we have to disconnect the battery before we actually do the welding process as well too. And that helps don't surge anything back to the ECM or any of the computers or any of the electronics on the vehicle. So you always want to take the positive and or the negative off the battery before you do any type of repairs when you're welding on a vehicle. 7? We'll let it cool down, then I'll hit it with the torch a little bit, and then we'll let it dissipate by itself after. Because you don't want the cast to cool down too quickly, because then you can actually create another fracture right after you just welded it. So
Low 200s.
perfect.
No cracks. Is that it?
That would be it.
Oh,
Wow.
that was fast.
Yeah.
Not too shabby. We'll of course paint it up too, so you don't get like surface rust on it and stuff
Oh,
like
yeah,
that.
sure. This thing right here is the bomb. I don't know who invented this thing, but bags, we should have had this forever.
Oh, it makes a world of difference. And I'll basically show you why, because like especially on the fronts, because you're gonna have your tie rod basically right in front. So even with like a funnel, it's kind of tight and stuff, but you can basically bend the bag and just shove it in. So it just makes it so much easier.
And then squeezing it out.
Yeah, you just sit
Especially
here
on the heavier weight oils.
Yep.
Well, before I forget, I just wanted to make sure everybody knew where we are at. This is Disciple Off-Road in Central California, Hanford, California specifically. Thank you, Chad.
Not a problem,
Amazing
sir.
work. I appreciate it.
Thank you
Jeremy,
much. You're very
you're
welcome.
awesome for opening up for us
Absolutely,
and
anytime.
helping to take care of us. Any of you guys need work on your Jeep, truck, Toyota, whatever, 4x4 related, this is the place to come.